Welcome to the War India News Hour. Cloud telephony is changing the business landscape in India. Cloud has become a regular topic of conversation in the business landscape. Companies are evaluating, understanding, and adopting cloud infrastructure in the ways suiting their growth plan. Cloud telephony has become made an inroad into the Indian business landscape. From the IVR that greets you every time you place an order in any food outlet or services to the broadcast calls from your local politicians, cloud communications are already here and supporting organizations across sectors. While the broader domain of cloud services are integral to overall development, Indian business have quickly caught on to the benefits that come with cloud telephony. They understand that to navigate through the ongoing digital revolution, they need a strategy to remain agile and proactive while assisting their clients. For any business that prioritizes customer communication, cloud telephony, the futuristic communication platform, is the smartest solution. Cloud communications have changed the way business interact with customers. The second wave of the pandemic has put disastrous amount of pressure on the healthcare facilities. The medical institutions had to quickly figure out in terms of procurement of resources to extend their support for those in need. In such a scenario, technology has always been our best bet in helping people at large scale. Secondly, cloud telephony witnessed a boom during the current wave of the pandemic. The healthcare infrastructure, with the help of cloud telephony, was able to provide maximum support to doctors and patients. Call centers and helpline numbers were immediately set up to handle people's query and connect them with right representatives. This helped the healthcare institutions coordinate the time, details, manage frequently asked questions, and counsel the donors and recipients. However, the biggest beneficiary of cloud telephony services is the startup culture of India. Cloud solutions have allowed them to grow rapidly by providing them with enterprise level software at affordable prices. Let's look into today's headline in War India. MeitY sets its goal for 1,000-day plan for a $1 trillion digital economy. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has chalked out a 1,000-day agenda aiming to make India a $1 trillion digital economy over the next few years. This comes amid a change of guard with Ashwini Vaishnaw taking over as Union Minister of Electronics and IT along with Rajiv Chandrasekhar as Minister of State. The government wants to make sure that internet in India is open, trusted, safe and accountable, and with minimal government interface. The officials added, high-tech areas are developing, skills are other focused areas. The area identified include AI, cybersecurity, supercomputing, semiconductors, blockchain and quantum computing. RBI issues Master Direction on Loan Transfer. The Reserve Bank has issued Master Direction on Loan Transfer requiring banks and other lending institutions to have a comprehensive board-approved policy for such transactions. With this, the loan transfer are resorted to by lending institutions for various reasons ranging from liquidity management, rebalancing their exposure or strategic sales. The provisions of the direction are applicable to banks, all non-banking financial companies, NBFCs including housing finance companies, HFCs, NABARD, NHB, Exim Bank and SIDBI. Karnataka government passes bill banning online game of chance. The recent amendments passed by Karnataka Assembly on the online gaming industry to impact severely on the online gaming industry. The state is looking at a ban on all formats of online gaming that involve an entry fee or registration fee. The game of chance is pure gambling and should be rightfully banned, whereas the industry is hopeful of a clarification on the bill regarding exclusion of gaming of skills. IMI, Internet and Mobile Associations of India has noted that international investors have invested about rupees 3,000 crore in gaming and animation startups in Karnataka. The industry body added that such legislative action may create a cloud of confusion and create regulatory uncertainty, which may unintentionally result in investors recalibrating their investments, and many existing companies may consider shifting base from the state. First solar plants to make solar equipment with unique thin film technology. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had discussed India's renewable energy landscape with the head of a prominent US-based manufacturer, First Solar CEO Mark Widmar in Washington DC and discussed India's renewable energy landscape. Ministry of External Affairs MEA said Widmar shared plans to use the production-linked incentive PLI scheme for manufacturing solar power equipment with unique thin film technology. It added it also plans to integrate India into global supply chains, MEA said. Pradeep Kumar Singh joins as the CTO in Akash Education Services. Pradeep Kumar Singh, former Executive Vice President of Naukri.com and an alumnus of IIT Lucknow and IIT Roorkee, will lead Akash Institute as the Chief Technology Officer. Akash is championing technology adoption in the educational sector in the country, whether it is VSAT connectivity, cloud classrooms, mobile learning, or AI/ML powered test platforms. Pradeep said, "I am inspired by Akash's strong legacy and the company's belief in technology as a transformational force." That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you so very much.